everything's been put together. Well, actually, there's a little bit I need to trim off here. There's a little bit of string. After I've done that, I've completed pack 5, and we then will be moving on to pack 6. Yeah, it is looking very nice actually, the rigging. It's a little difficult at first, but then you sort of like get used to it. So yeah. Right, so what I'm doing now is starting the rudder. What I'm doing first is marking these positions here. Step 1 I don't need to do because it's only if I'm doing the natural finish. And then after we've done that, I'm going to be cutting the parts out and then forming the rudder into a curve, as you can see. And once I've done that, I'll get back to show what's next. As you can see, the rudder is now done. Nice and quick work. Next, we're drilling this hole down the stern post. So it ends up like that. And after that, we will start making the pindles, which is apparently what that's called. Pretty interesting. Right, so the next part of this is we have to put the actual hinges onto the rudder. I've got 6 of these. I've already bent these around them because when they come, they're not the right width, so you need to bend it around your rudder. So these 6 are finished here. I have to trim them to the proper length and then cut these pins and stick them together with super glue and finish off the rudder like that. So that's it. Right, so the rudder's drying because I had to use quite a lot of super glue to hold the pins in for the pivots because they weren't really holding. So what I'm doing now is I've gone into pack 52, stage 52, and what we're doing is making a ladder, and it involves me sliding the sides in, cutting it so it goes to the top of the grating, and then literally just building it up and gluing it in. So I'll show you that when that's done, and we'll work on the railing. Right, so this is a finished rudder. I've folded these around the hole, and then I'm putting them onto the rudder and pinning it in. The rudder's now fully attached, done. So I'm going to continue building ladders now and continue on with stage 52. As you can see, I fit the 2 ladders in, and what I'm going to do now is put 4 of these side bolts in around the gap and stick string around it on both of them, so it does that. When I finish that, I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll move on to inserting the bit which we have made earlier. Right, what I've done is I've drilled holes in the bottom, and I've cut off the head of a pin and put the pin in backwards into the bottom of the bit. And now we're going to mark the position of the bit, which is here, which is to line up right on the edge, flush with the grating, and then we'll drill holes to where the pins go through and glue into position. Next we are moving on to building the supports for the upper deck. For that we have to use two halves glued together, so the frames go there and there, and they just slide down like that. So that's literally all the back is up to there. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back. Now all of the supports from frame 12 to 21 have been added in. I'm just using these two beams here to make sure they are all perfectly straight, horizontally, so fitting the deck will be easier. So yeah, once this is dry we will move on to stage 22, I believe. We still have the we have to make the captain's wheel, which I believe we're doing next. Right, so we are now working on the ship's wheel. This part has come damaged. It's missing the handle, it's there, but I can't really glue it on because it's a bit too fragile to stay on. So what I'm going to have to do is just use this on the back side, so that side will be on the front, so this one will be the most visible. I can't really do anything about it, I can't send the issue back or anything, as I didn't buy this through Deagostini, but the ship's construction is really easy. You literally just pile all of them through bass wire, paint it, and then do the supports. And I'm doing this paint finish for the Trafalgar colours. So yeah, when that's done, I will get back to you. So I've got supports on all of these, all perfectly straight. What we're going to do now is, using a 3mm by 1 plank that we've had, use that as a gauge to mark off the thickness of the frames that the final thickness is supposed to be, because all this will be cut off, so the frame's reduced to 3mm. That's only on frames 22 to 25 and 12 to 16 at the front, and then 17 to 21 we are removing the whole thing all the way to the support here. So there's going to be, these tops are going to be gone completely. And after that, I believe we will start the actual planking. Right, so all the frames have been cut out as they're supposed to be, and it's now time to mark out the middle and lay the first plank and shape it around the mast. So the first plank I've laid I've actually pinned because it's these are a little bit uneven, but the first plank is literally just there to make sure everything is straight, because basically from there to this mark there's an opening, so that's going to be all removed, and I'm just planking this, goes down to like that. That's where the opening starts, so that's the reason I'm only planking up to this point, and then after it gets up to like here it starts to go all the way down. Same here as well, so this is from there to there is any place to get a plank, and from here to the end as well. So it's a little complex at first, but as soon as you got the first plank in, you just go up and up and up, so it's a lot easier than just having to do a whole layer like that. So that's what I'm doing now. Right, so I've just inserted one more layer here, 2 more layers there, and now we're doing 6 more layers on each side, and it will go all the way up to here, because that's the whole here finished. And then same thing here, from there it carries on 6 more, and then I believe we'll go all the way across. Yeah, I'll get on with that and we'll see what I have to do next. Right, so the deck is now just drying. When it's dry, I literally just have to sand the edge so it's flat, and that one as well, because I've already cut out that plank that went all the way across. Now I'm making the pin rails. These are the 3 rails I need to make these supports, and there's 3 of them, and they hold these pins. So I'll just make those, paint them black I believe, and I'll show you that and move on to the next step. I've decided to do the pin rails a bit later. Now we'll just continue on planking. The next planks now, they just continue going all the way across, so it's nice and easy. As you can see, this side of planking is completed. The gaps that you can't really reach don't matter, because this, it has a lining on this side, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, same on this side as well. So yeah, it's come together quite nicely. I did have to trim these little shorter to make it fit properly, because it's hard to shape like a whole plank like that. Yeah, I think I've done a pretty good job. I'll finish off this side, and then I will go over the whole deck with matte varnish, a thick coat, then sand it, and simulate the end planks and nails. The deck is now completely finished. Looks very nice. What I'm doing now is I'm cutting out the quarter deck gun ports. All it is a little thing here that needs to be removed, and then got 6 of these gun ports that need to be removed, and yeah, that's it basically. So I'll just get on with that, and I'll do the other side as well, and I believe next we're going to be lining these, so we'll see.